So lovely to meet you, Robert.
Hey,
I know that
likewise.
you are the community manager, aren't you, for Soedesco now?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
For last year, so I started in July last year, 2022, and yeah, it's been really good so far.
So did you have any of the experience with the company and truck driver, or just the heading north stuff?
Just ahead of North stuff. So when I joined the game for Truck Driver 2019 was already long out.
Yeah.
Of course. And I read about it online. The company told me, of course, some things about it, and I did my own research.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't play the game before joining the company or something.
And obviously, I've just played the truck driver, the American Dream demo,
Nice.
which I liked, and we'll talk
Nice.
about some bits that I liked and maybe bits that I didn't like so much. But
That's good.
How do you feel about the game? You know, being a community manager, this is your stock in trade, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you feel about it?
I'm really happy about it so far. I think what we're trying to do with this one is really work on the mistakes from the first one. We're really trying to build on the community feedback, things that we learned, including like the update rate and additional content. This one is really for the next generation, the new consoles, and we are really focusing just on the consoles.
Yeah, you're not releasing it on the old gen at all, are you?
Not old gen, not PC, not Switch for now, just pure Xbox.
Is that easier from a development sort of process point of view?
Yeah,
I suppose your developers know exactly the machines, and
yeah.
I suppose they haven't got to restrict it in any way because it is older gen and less powered now.
Yeah, exactly. The old gen, I mean, PS4 still holds up pretty well, and the PS4 Pro kind of does.
Yeah.
But definitely next year and the year after, they will start lagging behind really, really well. And for this one, we really want it to be next gen. We really want it to be keep updating it and have lots of content for it in the years to come. And next gen is the way to go. Go for that.
Yeah. In terms of looks, there were times where, wow, that looks really nice. There was also times where it looked frighteningly close to the old truck driver, which is really weird given that, I take it there's no connection between the two, is there? It had a familiar feel to it.
Okay.
The strongest part was the rain that really good on the ground, some of the sunsets coming through. I think the weakest part maybe is the interior of the truck for me. I think that needs some work personally. It looks a little bit basic. And also you couldn't really see on your map where you were going when you're doing first person. I almost had to keep flicking back to third person to look on the little phone, the map, you know. Where do you think you're heading with this one? Because I started a new game, and there's some interesting story there, and I was immediately engrossed. Oh well, where's this going? Hang on, this is a trucking game. Am I trucking? Am I sort of trying to, investigate something? Who's it aimed at?
It is it is a sim game. But we don't want to be the ETS remake for consoles. That's not what we want. We really want to have a great story, a part of the game as well. So you play as Nathan, and you start a little bit down on your luck. You're going from job to job. You can't really, figure out what you want to do with your life. You become a truck driver, and from there your life kind of builds up. You start earning money, more jobs, stuff like that. And you kind of try to chase the American dream in a way by becoming more successful as a truck driver. So there's also a bit of a relatable story for people, not only the sim aspect, but also the story as well. I mean, I've played quite a bit of the game, not the whole thing, admittedly, but the story is definitely compelling.
Does the story take you through the game? Okay. What about end game? Is there an end game to it?
There is end game. So once you play through the story, and through the story you unlock all the other trucks, you unlock all the missions where you can pick and choose, and afterwards all of that is unlocked as well. So then
there's still missions to do afterwards.
There should be still missions to do afterwards.
And obviously, I know we spoke about a possible roadmap, which I'm not going to ask you about, but you have got post-launch plans.
Yes, for sure.
Which I think was a weakness with Truck Driver. There wasn't that. It was like, let's release it. Well, what do we do now? So there is actually a plan in place.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we noticed with the first game was that because of the switch of development, the engine that we were using wasn't ideal in any circumstances. Now it's Unreal Engine 5, the game looks great, and there's one development group on it, a team of 6. They're in the Discord as well, which you've spoken to quite a few times. And that is a really good foundation to then build upon. So I don't mind saying that there is a roadmap kind of thing.
Yep.
I don't know the details yet, but more content is definitely what we're aiming for with this one.
Yeah.
And not a 4-year wait, that's for sure. No. We definitely want to update it on a more regular basis.
I think if you can get the community back on side, you know, the trucking and console community, you know, they're a faithful bunch.
Yeah.
They just want to be treated right, given the right product, and given the right support and content afterwards. I think if you can do that, then you might have something there. I think maybe my biggest sort of negative, and I did say this in a video, is that it doesn't feel American enough. Okay. Now maybe that's just because I've only played a little bit of it. Yeah. What do you think on that?
I think that if you look at there's American cars in there, and we tried to replicate some of the classic American trucks as well. Yeah. And some of the stoplights and the road symbols are also American style. Yeah. But I mean, we can add a couple more American flags everywhere and stuff like that.
Now you're just humouring me. Yeah. And silly things like when I was reversing in the truck, there's no reverse lights. Okay. You know, silly little things like that maybe need fleshing out. Yeah. And you're going to, is it an early access type situation, or are you going full 1.0 on the 26th of...
Full 1.0, and then there's...
26th of September, isn't it?
26th. Yeah. And then there's a large day one patch as well. Okay. So we expect to be about between 5 to 10 gig day one patch as well for the game.
Is that stuff that you found now playing?
Yeah, like coming to events like this is great. Because we get lots of information from everybody, feedback just like yourselves.
I know you said that younger people have been very interested in it, and you can see it there. It's a lot of younger people. Yeah. Do you think that's going to be a possible market for you?
I think so.
You know, because our children scared off of the fact that, you know, you've got to have a big PC to play American Truck or Euro Truck, and they just want to sit there and do some trucking.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we're really concentrating on the consoles is because a lot of people have consoles, and not a lot of people have enough powerful PCs to run ATS or ETS.
So is it going to have wheel support when it launches on console?
It won't have wheel support on launch, but this is something that we are definitely wanting to implement shortly after the launch. Okay. So it's something that it is necessary. We know that it's necessary. We definitely want it, but it is also still a little bit of a niche. Yeah. Not everybody has a wheel, or not everybody has the pedals.
No, but I suppose if you're saying that it's you know, like almost like a part sim, part story. You know, that part sim, they want the steering wheel, don't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's something that we know, and that's something that we are definitely going to implement.
In fact, funnily enough, when I was sitting playing it, and I was getting engrossed in them sort of first few opening scenes of everything going crazy, I was like, this is actually quite nice just sitting there playing this. But then the other part of me says, well, you know, you're trying to be truck driver, you want to get into the sim market, and you're going to need that steering wheel, so hopefully that doesn't come too far afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing that I'm definitely pushing for is the steering wheel support and pedals.
So that's immediately going to get a black mark, isn't it? But and you know that anyway.
Yeah, we know that as a team, and unfortunately with the development cycle, it's not something that we can't really do much about it right now, but definitely it's something that we're looking into very shortly after.
Yeah, hope so. But your stand looks really nice here. What other stuff are you showcasing at Soedesco?
We've got 5 games here for Gamescom. We've got Albatross, which is an adventure backpacking kind of sim. It comes out next year. Yep. We've got Perennial Order, which is a Souls-like co-op.
That looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. It's one of the first times we've done multiplayer as well. It's online co-op, so that's something we're quite excited about. Yeah. We've got 2 cozy games, Orange Season and Garden Witch Life. Yeah. Both of those were in the Wholesome Direct as well this year. And of course, we've got Truck Driver. Yeah.
Well, thank you for talking to me. We will follow the game as it comes on release. Yeah. And I hope to speak to you in the future.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.